Lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos and leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share. It's actually a discourse all over the social platforms where there's conversation about black guys not wanting to go to college or not wanting to get an education. Guys, this actually sparked a lot of mixed feelings and people decided to react and give their own opinions, and I was able to put up some of those teachings. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as these teachings I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. All right, lovelies, let's
I think what's starting to upset me the most about this discussion about black men in college is that black women will not admit that being a woman, being feminine in this space is an asset, not a liability. Yes, race and gender do inform the black feminine experience. However, in this particular space in academics, whether you're white, Hispanic, whether you're Asian, whether you're black, being a woman is an asset, being a man is not. By the numbers, by the journals and studies that I posted in one of my previous videos, black boys are not having the same experience in the educational institution as black women, or any woman for that matter. I keep seeing this line about black men and black women go through the same experiences. If we can get through it, so can y'all. Have you been paying attention, or did you really lose the plot? Just like I was saying that race and gender impacts the black feminine experience, so does it impact the black masculine experience. Because if education was treating y'all so bad, y'all wouldn't get so bored and start going back and getting your masters, PhDs, and all kinds of certifications all the time. It's because subconsciously, or you just won't say it out loud or admit it, you know that you have the advantage over men in this space. And here's the thing, I'm not knocking you. Get it how you live, sis, but be honest about it. Don't try to sneak in all that humble bragging y'all been doing and all that arrogance when it comes to this conversation. I don't know why they can't just do what we did and get past the adversity. Come on now. See, this is the type of stuff that we're talking about when we're saying that this conversation isn't being had in good faith. It's disingenuous. Anyway, I'm just ready for this conversation to end because I'm getting real irritated at this point.
This is why black boys are failing in school and why black men are not going to college. You ready? Here we go.
Take a look at these 4 kids. These preschool teachers watched a video of them playing for a 2016 study. The study asked them to press the enter key every time they saw a behavior that could become a potential challenge. But the thing about the study is it's kind of deceptive. There's actually no misbehavior in the video. The kids are actors, and the researchers were using eye tracking software because what they really wanted to know was when teachers expect misbehavior, who are they watching? The study found that both white and black teachers spent more time gazing at black boys than other children. Black boys make up less than a quarter of the nation's preschoolers, but more than 40% of preschool suspensions. The study's lead researcher told the Washington Post that implicit biases don't begin with black men and police. They begin with black preschoolers and their teachers, if not earlier.
And there you have it. Everyone's dropping PhD level thesis think pieces on why black boys are not going to college when it's very, very simple. Black men, black boys exist in a system where everyone and everything is designed to make them fail. You saw that in the longer documentary. Someone sent this to me. Thank you very much, by the way. It's because of the video I posted. Thank you for the person to the person who sent this. As you saw in the longer video, right? Which in the longer video, I remember seeing in the longer one, the boy was penalized. The black boy was penalized. So imagine living in a system, existing in a system, in a society, in a classroom where your everything is when the boy is playing, doing the exact same thing that every other child is doing, he gets penalized for it. This is the real world. So by the time these young black boys get to middle school, school is not as fun as it is for everybody else, because for them it is a place of antagonism. Once they get there, even without doing anything wrong, they are always wrong. By the time they get to high school, that's why a lot of black boys drop out of school, because The entire, see, the reason everyone's giving think pieces, no one wants to acknowledge this, is because we'll talk about psychology. If we acknowledge the psychology of the things done to the black boy that evolves into the black man, that means we get to excuse the black man for what he has become. And we cannot excuse the black man for what he has become. The black man has to be responsible for his own trauma. He has to be responsible for what he became. So we will never acknowledge what has happened, what happens to the kindergarten level black boy that makes him refuse to see school as something positive, because he has no positive experiences with it. And that is why black men are not enrolling in college.
Any black man in your hood, in your society, to see them pay rent, pay bills, and do this, especially legally. So, of course, we're not going to be able to achieve the same things that y'all have, though.
Crying. Oh my God, why is he crying? Excuses. Hilarious. If it's so hard for black men to go to college because they haven't seen anybody go to college, then how do you explain the gays? This is just showing how delusional so many of y'all are. Y'all live in a fairy tale world. What world are y'all fucking living in? What were y'all, while y'all were playing basketball and playing football, we went to work. That's the difference. While y'all were playing PlayStation, we learned how to type. The life that you live is the result of your choices. Y'all are literally crashing out just because the shit that you thought was gonna work out didn't. The shit that you thought was cool did not pay off. You gotta just accept that. Nobody told you to be an ISS. Nobody told you to get referrals all the motherfucking time. Nobody told you to clown and act up because you thought you was cool. And this whole, oh, black men are told to get money first and all this other, yeah. That's why the gay boys go to work. As teenagers, we go to work, real jobs. I started working at Bed Bath & Beyond when I was 16 years old. Guess what y'all niggas said? I'm not gonna work there. That's a girl job. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, but guess what I did? I worked my ass off from 16 as a sophomore all the way till I graduated high school. And guess what? 10 days after I graduated, guess what they did? They made me a manager. I was 18 years old making 40 bands in 2006, way back then. And they made me a manager because I was a man. That girl job that y'all didn't want to work, that girl job is the reason why I was able to set the rest of my life up. Y'all limit yourselves. It's nobody else's fault. You limit your fucking selves. We don't need to accept nothing from you. We don't need to hear none of your excuses. The life that you live is the culmination of the best decisions that you have made. And if you live a fucked up ass life to where you in the car with no haircut, yelling at your phone with some ashy ass lips, I don't think that anybody really cares what you have to say. Go get a fucking haircut. Make yourself look presentable. Go get a fucking job. Stick to it. Fucking work. Y'all all want these shortcuts. I don't know what the fuck y'all thought this shit was. Ain't no shortcuts in this shit. Y'all want fast money. That's why y'all go to the streets. Let's be serious. It is specifically y'all. It is specifically black straight men. Y'all need to get that shit together. At the end of the day, if we all black men, we all gonna be seen the same in the system, and white people see us the same, how come it's not the gay black boys that are getting shot down by cops? All of them. All of them. It ain't the gay ones. It's y'all. Until y'all address the truth, y'all have a problem with authority. Y'all have a problem with listening. Y'all have a problem with bucking up at the wrong times for the wrong stupid shit. Y'all want to fight everywhere y'all go. Yeah, that's an internal problem. You know what might work for y'all though, for real? Maybe we need to start calling y'all abominations. We can call y'all that from birth. Abominations. Say you less than a man. Tell you that you're gonna burn in hell. We can tell y'all that at like 5 years old. Cause that's what the gay black boys was listening to. That's what y'all was telling the gay black boys. And guess what? That made the gay black boys go harder, motherfucker. The gay black boys are literally proof of that everything that y'all say is a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie. You have a group of black men that have an additional layer of discrimination against them that are thrown out of their families, thrown out of the entire black community, and still do better than y'all. That just proves how weak y'all are. Doing what you do is the reason why you got what you got. We do what we do. That's why we got what we got. Simple as that. The world don't owe you shit. And one day y'all gonna learn it.
The subject of black men not being educated or college educated has been floating around lately. Prerequisite, I have my bachelor's in finance. I have several certificates. I'm actually considering getting my MBA, not because I need it, my career is going well, but just for me, right? But there it's funny that I see this topic going around as if people are surprised in what actually happened. First of all, let's not pretend that education is pushed less on black men than it is other demographics, specifically black women. Black men are encouraged and almost just told they are supposed to provide, but the provision is not based on education. Y'all are telling them to get jobs or trades or something like that. None of that is wrong, but the black intellect, the black man intellectual, is not celebrated. It's not celebrated like athletes. It's not honestly, a black man who's educated, y'all clown. Y'all think they shouldn't have opinions, and the opinions they should have should be to your liking. If they talk about things that are controversial or things that are triggering to you, you call them black bourgeoisie or black arrogance or something like that. Let's also not pretend that the family dynamic has to do with this as well. The black family tends to encourage the black female to get educated, but not necessarily the black man. There's also this thing about black men have a higher emissions decline than black women. Not saying black women don't get declined, but it's different than that. There are systemic reasons why the black man is less educated than the black woman. And I'm not going to sit up here and have y'all act like it's just a lack of them having ambition or trying. There are reasons they are not there. And y'all need to take accountability of that before pointing the finger at them.
Black men aren't going to college because they don't have strong black men to lead them. I can only speak from experience, so let me tell you what I mean. I played football in high school, and I had coaches that only pushed college. We had a pretty good football team, so we had a lot of people get offers. But the college initiative didn't stop there. They also pushed going to college for academics. I was a product of that. They didn't push these things by telling us. They pushed these things by showing us. The first time I ever seen a Bentley Flying Spur was from a doctor who came to speak to us. The first time I seen a Lamborghini was from a lawyer who came to speak to us. Yeah, we had ball players and a lot of other influences come and speak to us as well, but they made sure to never leave out the people who garnered success by going to college. I'm from Miami, so showing us that all the stuff that the fast life offers is attainable by getting a normal job and building a career by going to college, that was realistic for us. My class had 34 seniors. 32 out of the 34 went to college. The other 2 went to the military. Our football coaches and our football culture was so influential in my high school that at least 60% of the senior class went to college. So yes, now that all these young black men aren't going to college, I believe that the reason why is because they don't have strong black men to lead them and show them that everything is attainable by going to college. They aren't showing them great examples of what it is to go to college and become successful. All we hear is going to college, racking up student loan debt, not getting a job. And yes, that does hold true in many situations, but you have to show the success stories as well. And on the flip side, you have to show the failures of the fast life, the failures of not going to college, the failures of taking another route. Now, this conversation doesn't mean that college is the only route. You could be successful in many other avenues, mainly through trades. Right now, the trade industry is a dying industry. Plumbing, electrical, HVAC, all these are multi-million-dollar businesses just waiting for people to take over. But I also know that the college experience is unmatched and it's something that you can never replicate even if you go at a later date. You guys as parents have to do a better job at conveying what college really is. Do your research if you didn't go to college and try to push college onto your kids. If it's not starting at home, then you can't expect it to end up happening just by going to school and having counselors and whatever other influences you think may want to get your kids to go to college.
How do you go to college without parental support? Better yet, how do you go to college when you have a parent who is literally making it harder for you and your other parent is across the globe? How do you go to school when you're trying to put in documents that require your social security number and your birth certificate, and the parent that you're supposed to love and trust and, love you unconditionally is not even willing to let you see these things? And then when the school is called, this parent acts like an angel and she tells the people that you're running away and that you don't want to come home. How do you go to college out of that situation? How do you even get a job out of that situation? Mind you, you cannot prove who you are. And at 17, 18 years old, you're 17. I'm going to just say 17 so I don't nobody get on my ass. At 17 years old, you're still a child. So I just want to know, How does one go to college without support, without help, without family? How does one do that? Because y'all know everything.
Black men don't go to college. Man, this has been the topic for the whole damn 2-3 weeks, damn near the whole month. Listen, I'm going to speak on this. The reason why I didn't want to talk on it at first, because I know I can get long-winded with it, and the message might not even reach anybody. But hell, I'm going to say my piece. If you watch it, I appreciate it. But this is the reason why black men, especially where I'm from, Southeast North Carolina, in the South, a lot of us didn't go to college because, hell, our daddies didn't go to college. Our mamas didn't go to college. Some of them did. And I'm from the country. Their mamas and daddy didn't go to college. So as a kid, my mom and dad never helped me with homework. They never sat down. They never advised me. They never mentored me. They never guided me. They never prepped me for anything dealing with education or college. So could I have been a statistic? Absolutely. My sister, on the other hand, she was an honor student. She was in all this AP, honors, all this shit since middle school. Boy, they rolled out the red carpet for her little black ass. And guess what she did? She dropped out after a semester at Fayetteville State. It's no shade to my sister, but that's just to show you that, like, there's dynamics to it, right? Now, was my sister smart? Absolutely. And a way better athlete than me. But see, I was an athlete, but I wasn't that athlete that was, the advisors looked like, hey, this boy could go somewhere, that he can do some things, he could represent and put this town on the map. No. I was tall. I could jump out the gym, but I wasn't a good basketball player. I was better than the average around this motherfucker, but I wasn't about to be no Sweet 16 diaper dandy or no shit like that. I was very good in track. Honestly, I didn't lose a track race until the state championship. Very good in track. But guess what? Females didn't really care about that. Black daddies, the community don't give a damn how fast you run. This track wasn't sexy at the time. We talking about the early 2000s. So with that being said, what do? I knew at age 16 I was going to the Air Force. The only reason why I went to college is because I started getting offers, partials, letters from schools about athletics. I was like, this got to be a hoax. I'm ass in basketball. Track, I could see, and that's what it was. Started getting offers from school with track. Mind you now, I'm scrambling my senior year. I ain't even take the SAT or nothing because I had no vision of what to do to go to college. I wasn't prepped to go to college. Well, guess what I do? Spring semester, taking every SAT I can. You know, I only take one, I think, like every, quarter or some shit like that? Man, I took the SAT all the way until, I think July, right before to just get a better score each time. And I did. I got pretty good. I think I had 11, 20 or some shit like that. It's pretty good. But guess what my first one was? A 770. And then I went to a 1080, something like that. My last one was pretty good. And that's how I got into college, because my GPA wasn't going to get me in college. But guess what? I didn't have parents that was on my head about that or advising me like, hey, Nico, schools really ain't jumping out the gym to take a motherfucker who got a 2.7 high school GPA. 2.7, I'm thinking that's great. Because you know why? It's a C. And what they say, C's get degrees. All right? Now, as a parent and as a college graduate, I prep my boys. I talk to my sons all the time. Hey, where y'all want to go to school? What we going to do? My oldest son, hey, we're going to two visits a year. Go to a college institution that you choose. Just recently talked to him about that. Like, hey, Cam, where we going? What schools you want to? What 3 schools you want to attend academically and 3 schools you want to attend athletically? App State, Carolina, and A&T. Boy, I want to be an Aggie. Cool. I don't care what you do. But guess what? I will never push the narrative that my parents pushed to me. College isn't for everyone. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So with that being said, I'm going to try to help change the culture. And I get it. People talk about the debt and all that other bullshit. Y'all are going more debt and buying fucking 2020 a fucking AMG or Benz, and you will get rid of that in 3 years versus the education that you're going to take with you the next 60 years of your life. Go fucking figure.
The black men not going to college discussion is the latest example of a trend I've noticed since I started making content. When some black women talk about their issues, they can cross the T's, dot the I's. They got the stats, the historical systemic factors. But when it comes to talking about black men, they become Candace fucking Owens. Men, you ain't off the hook. When y'all want to advocate for yourselves, men die 4 times higher than women and their addiction and the school to prison pipeline and all this stuff. Y'all got all that. But when it comes to talking about women, specifically black women, y'all turn into Clarence Thomas. I've only been on the serious side of black TikTok for a few months, but man, scrolling through these lives and these bullshit ass videos, it is becoming so fucking exhausting. How do you expect the other side to listen and empathize with you when that's your energy? In the wake of creeping fascism, in the wake of the Greatest Depression, can we change gears? Can we change this up? Because this is fucking tiring and exhausting and toxic and gross. In 2025, I really hope that these conversations mature.
Lovely, so lovely. Is this discourse has actually been on my For You ups and down for a while, like for like days now. I just scroll up and scroll down. I keep saying it, and I really don't want to stitch it. I never wanted to stitch it, but when I see that it's actually a very serious conversation, I decided to put it up here so that we all can actually have dialogues on it. So there have been this discourse on the social platforms, and it's actually talking about how and why black men are not seen in the college, like they don't go to school. Like I said, the educational level of black women is higher compared to that of a black man. And this was actually a very, very, serious conversation, which I am not someone who, will get myself involved with a conversation that actually takes the like especially black people takes one down and put down or take the other one up. But I see that this particular conversation is a very serious and delicate one, which really needs to be handled very carefully, because I really don't like sometimes to see people that looks like me are shit out there, and you see these other people, you know, watching it, seeing, and most of them having their own negative and positive thought about it. Just the same way, I don't really like talking about black men and the way at which some of them, not all, because I still believe that there are black men out there who respect their queens, and their queens respect them as well. So the same way, I don't really like getting involved with anything that has to do with a black man putting down black women or black women putting down black men. No, I like the fact and I like encouraging black unity, black love, anything that will make black strive or brown. I don't even like using that word black because we are actually not black. We are brown, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I am very up for correction. I'm someone who accepts corrections. Okay. So I saw this and seriously lovely. Like I said before, it's actually a delicate one that needs to be treated carefully because a lot of black dude were all crashing out. I've seen so many stitches. I just decided to pick up some, which I think is something that we really need to learn. Or the information, most of the information I picked, some of the stitches I stitched here is just something I think is very educating. But there are other stitches I saw on the social platform. They were all bashing at each other. Oh my god, the bashing! I don't like that kind of bash. I believe in a mutual understanding and try to understand each other perspectives. Yeah, even if there are still stubborn people out there, there are still people who are just effed up and anti-blackness taking over and all of that. I am not disputing the fact that no one is perfect. No one can be 100% perfect, but we should we have ourselves to blame, you know, if in a stage in life you have an opportunity to do something, and because of your being adamant, I'm saying this because I have siblings. I have siblings. I am even reacting to this because this thing has everything to do with my personal self, even if I don't like putting a personal thing out there. But I have sibling, I have a brother. Yes, I have a brother. And I know what I know what we, the girl child in the family, have to do. Have to drag him, have to like, you need to do this, you need to go there. Like, due to the, like, with the experience I have with my siblings, both the male and the female, I think all of these things has to do with individual preference. I think all of this has to do with what someone wants in their life. I have some brothers. I have brothers who are doing well academically. They are sound. They're doing very well for themselves. And I still have a brother who does not really want to do anything for himself, who is always dependent on what someone does for him. So when I saw this conversation, I thought that I was just going to key into it because I think it's affected me a little bit because it's talking about what is really happening. It's as if women are the ones who organize. Like, if you have a female in your family, you should be very, very grateful. I am not saying this because I'm a woman, but I think they are more calm, organized, and they have dreams more. I'm not saying that black men don't have dreams. They do. But I think that black men need a black man as a dad and a mother or something, or even if you don't have, black men need a very powerful woman to push this black man to make him a greater person. I am saying this because of an experience. You know, there's a friend of mine whose brother, like, upon all of the things that these people have been doing for him, he don't want to go to school. That is it. He says he want to he want to go into business. Then after sponsoring him for this set of business, he crashed it. He crashed the business. He comes out with stories. My friend calls me out and tell me, "Oh my God, I'm so tired of this boy." You know, the mom will still beg, "Oh, let's still fix him." This is how this guy has been from one business to the other. But there are still other black men who strive well. That is why there is a particular stage where a brother was like, he's inside a car crashing out, trying to talk about, oh, we pay bills, we do this. Like, he was full of excuses. And another brother was like, you are just full of excuses. And this is just the problem. There are some black guys out there who already know what they want, even in their own difficulties. Even if they are in their difficulties, they strive. There's a comment which I saw in one of this discourse. Somebody was like, "Okay, I was not able to go to school because my mom, this black guy was blaming the mom. My mom didn't let me go, or mom was not able to pay. My father was not there. My father was in the prison, all of that." Then somebody left in the comment section and said that me as a black woman, I do not even have my two parents in my life. I was raised by my mom. My daddy was not there. The money was not there, but I made sure that I got education. So this is the two different thing between a woman and a man. Like, I know it's very hard to be a man. Like, it's very, very hard. It's more easier for a woman because women, let me just say, a woman can actually have a like a shining lock, like a star. Like, people are very easy to, like, people find it very easy to help a woman, be you black or any race. But a man have to struggle to fight out his way to actually stand out. But where I have problem is this particular or this set of men whom already have support. They have all of the support system that they need to be pushed out there and become a better version and get an education. But they are still filled with excuses. This is where I still have problems with such men. I have like friends with their brothers, I have even my own siblings. Like with all of the opportunity, you have your two parents there. Instead of you to go to school or get, they just they just don't want. They don't want it. Most of them just want to go out there, start making money and all of that, which I still don't blame them. And history also have everything to play with all of these things. That is why I said conversations like this are just very critical. They are just something that you have to handle with care so as not to hurt no one. But it's still a conversation that needs to be, talked about because of the upcoming generation, you know? Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. Like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.